This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we're going to be dealing with replacing the GE bake igniter, and you may find that the oven isn't heating well anymore or taking too long to heat, and this will fix it. First thing, we got to make sure we unplug it, and then we're going to grab the door and pull it out to this first point where it stops, about 45 degrees, and we'll pull it out. Then we're going to come down after we remove the trays. We'll remove this bottom panel, the screws, and then we lift it up 45 degrees. And then there is our bake igniter, and we're going to be removing it and this venturi tube. So this is after the broiler pan's been removed. We're down underneath. We're going to take out a couple of the screws that hold in the venturi. This one and this one with a 1/4 inch drive. So here's our 1/4 inch drive going underneath after the broiler pan's been removed, and we're just going to spin those two screws out. There's another screw holding it in position 2 up on top that we'll get to here in a second. It's this little one right here near the front. Just spin that off, and then the venturi's loose, but we have to remove a couple of wires that are for the igniter. So this one, just a spade connector, and this one's usually hiding in this little compartment. We pull it out, and we have to pull these two modular connections apart. So now we can pull the whole venturi and igniter out. Makes it a little bit easier to get to these screws. These are just 1/4 inch screws. Sometimes you have to put a little oil to get them loose. Just spin them out, and then we have the old igniter. We have to take these connectors. This is the model number for the igniter. Here's a brand new one. And the connector that the new one comes with doesn't match, so we have to cut off the old connectors, and we have to cut off the new connector and splice the old connectors onto the new igniter. Comes with these little ceramic wire nuts, which makes it pretty easy. So we just got to cut these wires, and then we'll strip about 1/4 inch of the insulation off, both on the old connectors and on the wires connect to the new igniter. Next thing is we'll just take the two wires and twist them together. Just pinch the wires together and then twist. And we'll take the ceramic wire nut and twist it on righty-tighty. You want to get it really tight. So now we have the new igniter, but we have the old connectors hooked to it. And next, we're just going to screw the old igniter, or the new igniter, back onto the venturi tube. So we've got that almost ready. Just got to tighten these up. Sometimes, again, it's good to put a little oil on these threads because they can get kind of rusted. Okay, that's all set. We're going to put it back in the oven. We're going to feed these wires down through the hole there in the back. And then we got the venturi tube back in position. We're going to put those two screws back in to hold it. And we'll hook up these two wires. Here's the modular connection. We'll grab the red one, spade connector, hook that up to the safety valve. Okay, that's all set. The electrical connections are done. You gotta just put these couple of screws in. That just holds the base of the venturi tube in position. those in, and we'll go around to the top. We'll put that 1/4 inch screw into the end of the venturi to hold it. Okay, we got it all set. We're going to turn it on now. We got it plugged in and see if the igniter works properly. A new igniter like this should light within 20 seconds once you turn it on. The old ones, when they're worn out, they could take like half an hour for them to light up. So it gets really hot, and then it lets the gas come in. It ignites the gas. We got a nice strong flame. And that's it. We got it. We're just going to again. Get that in tight. Put the screws back in to hold that in position. Put the plates back in, and then we're going to lift up the oven door and just fit it right onto these hinges. Let it slide down into position. You can close it, and then we'll test it again. We set it for bake. We see the light come on. We hear the relay click. And it has energy.